Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about can you road trip an electric car in China. Before we get into the topic, let me show you two small clips of what a good charging session could be and what a bad charging session could be. We just plugged into a version 3 supercharger and the plug-in charge went through smoothly, and within seconds we're charging, and as of now we're at 52% state of charge, and the current charging speed is 108 or 7 kilowatts. We're at a 120 kilowatt state grid charging station, and now the car is at 49% state of charge. I know in fact the car can do 120, well over 100 kilowatt of charging power, but this charging station claims it can output 120 kilowatts max. So let's see what the charging station will be like. Let's go. So I'll activate the plug-in charge on this car of the app. So let's see if it works. Locked. Sounds pretty nice. Cooling fan is on. Yeah, the handshake takes a little longer than the Tesla's. Come on. Come on, plug-in charge. Still doing the handshake. Okay. I got a text message says plug-in charge initiated. So should be fine. Yeah, it's charging. Well, it's not showing correctly, but it's showing the car is at 54% state of charge. But as you can see, the car was at 49. It's quite unusual. And this is the charging amps. The charging current is 30.6 amps and at 367 volts. Not so cool. Okay, it's ramping up. 120. Not so cool, actually. Let's go inside and check the car. What's the charging power at? Yeah, according to the car, we are at 46 kilowatts, but it's jumping. Okay, it comes down to 36 kilowatt. So at a 120 kilowatt max output charging station at a 49% state of charge of the car, we're only getting 36 kilowatt. Not brilliant, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, if you are on road trip with 36 kilowatt of charging power, you're gonna stay there for a very, very long time. Even with now, it's jumping between 36, 46. Yeah. You're still gonna wait for a very long time at a charging station on the road trip, probably well over an hour. So that's not ideal, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. It's not charging properly. After 2% of charging, probably less than 2 kilowatt hours, but over 1 kilowatt hour of energy added, the charging stopped. Unable to charge. The car says unable to charge. Charging station not powered. I'm pretty sure the charging station is powered, but it's just this reliability issue of Segrids, their charging stations, just mind-blowingly bad. Imagine if your situation, you're stopped in the charging station, you were expecting the charging station to work at a high powered, but in the middle of the charging session, the car stopped charging for no reason at all. And you were supposed to just waiting in a coffee shop or you just having a nice reading a book, or either conversation on the phone call, anything. Basically, while you're waiting to do, and the car suddenly stops charging. When you come back and pick up the car, you expect that the car is be fully charged, or at least like 80% or 85% of state of charge, but you just charged like 2%. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to be at extra long hours or half an hour to a trip. So cigarette is not a way to go. Yeah, improve your charging station reliability, please. Okay, so after these two short clips, basically what I'm talking about is about road tripping an EV in China is down to three parts. First is the charging network. Second one is the range of your car. The third one is, will you have range anxiety? So charging network, actually this is the most important one, because no matter how far your car can go on a single full charger battery, it all comes down to charging. That's all I want to say. That's very important, because no matter how normal days, nowadays electric cars usually has a range of a single full charger battery about like 400-500 kilometers. That's really enough for you to do the road trip, but you have to recharge your car. Can you recharge your car reliably and efficiently? So if you are driving a Tesla in China, it's not a huge problem, because Tesla has a fantastic supercharging network. This charging network is high powered. It's really reliable. So when you use your car computer to do a road trip, to do route planning, the car will tell you, well, at which supercharger you have to stop at for charge for how long, and what kind of power, what's the max power that supercharger is offering. So basically, all you need to do is just following the route plan that was basically laid out by your trip computer, and you're good to go. For non-Tesla EVs, theoretically speaking, you can do a road trip in China around the country. There's no problem at all, because State Grid, they made all this DC fast chargers in China around the highway network systems in the service area of the highway network. So that's only theoretically speaking. The only thing is that I'm concerned about State Grid's supercharging or fast charging network is not really reliable. I have been having some difficult experiences of getting my car charged successfully at State Grid fast chargers. They just sometimes the charging session stops for absolutely no reason. And sometimes you couldn't even initiate the charging session. And even you can successfully initiate the charging session, the power is only to 40 kilowatts. I mean, if you have a 50 kilowatt hour battery pack in your car, it probably will take more than 50 minutes to charge your car from 20% to 80% state of charge of your battery. So that's not really the ideal way to do the road trip. That will actually add lots more time to your road trip. So everything being said, can you successfully do a road trip in China in EV? It all comes down to charging. A high-powered, reliable charging network is a must thing to do. Tesla's not a huge problem. Other EVs, I would say good luck. But the charging network is improving from time to time. So originally last year, when I first bought my Model 3, I was trying to use a State Grid to do DC fast charger of my car. I usually often getting a failed charging session, but nowadays it's becoming much better. I've been more often to be able to successfully initiate the charging, and the power reaches 80 to 90 kilowatts. Well, not the ideal for 120 kilowatts at the superchargers or 250 kilowatts, but still 80 or 90 kilowatts will do the job. Yeah. So other than charging network, the second topic about the road tripping in the EV in China is the range. When people are trying to buy an electric car, they just focus so much on the range, on how much distance the car can do on a full charge of a battery. Actually, that matters, but that doesn't matter that much. In my opinion, any car can do over 350 kilometers or 200 miles on a full charge of a battery at highway speed. Can do the road trip. It's no problem, because Usually the chargers, the DC fast chargers are located somewhere between 150 kilometers or 200 kilometers away from each other. So as long as the car can get you cover that distance between the fast chargers, then you're good to go. Yeah, for Teslas, like I said, the supercharging network is fine, and they're usually located like 150 kilometers away from each other. But for other EVs, they're using state grid, or they can get off the highway. They can use TELD. I think that's personally speaking, that's a better charging network than state grid, because they're much higher powered. They're more reliable charging network. Just me. Other than that, the range is it only has to cover 200 kilometers from charger to charger. And besides, if you have over 350 or even 400 kilometers of a single full charge of the battery, it doesn't matter, because you're only using in the middle part of the battery. Because you'll never run your battery down to 0%. And you will never be able to fully charge your car to 100%, because that will not be able to make any sense to me. DC fast charging of electric cars they're really fast, really high power, like 80 or 120 kilowatts at the beginning, at a very low state of charge. Then as you approaching 100% of full charge of the battery, the speed drops dramatically. Sometimes even some cars' charging curve is after 80% state of charge, the charging speed drops like a single-digit kilowatt. It's just really not worth the time to stay at the charging station for that long, unless you really need the battery to be charged full to complete the next part of your journey. Otherwise, it's not really time efficient. So, like I said, any car has a range, a full battery range that is over 350 kilometers or 200 miles is capable of doing the road trip for you. The third and the last part is about range anxiety. Again, it's divided into two parts, the story. If you're driving Tesla has a really good computer system that will estimate the state of charge upon your arrival at destination. It even calculates the elevation changes and probably not the wind blowing effects. But lots of other electric cars, they probably won't do elevation change when they're doing their calculation. Lead by a personal example, I did a road trip, a single way that was 100 kilometers away road trip last year around October. That was actually a real nice time to do road trip in the EVs, because low energy consumption. Between my third and fourth charging stop, I kind of had a little bit of range anxiety, but actually that's only me. That was on me, because the car told me I had 4% state of charge upon arrival, and I was a little bit panicky. But actually, I arrived at the next charger with 14% state of charge, so the car was actually pretty conservative. So, based on that experience, I have no reason to doubt about the trip computer of my Tesla. But if you are using other electric cars, no matter how big your range is, you have to recharge your car along the way. If you are doing a road trip that is over 500 kilometers or 300 miles, it doesn't matter. You always have to charge your car, because you don't want to run your battery down to like 0%. That would be really bad for your battery pack. So that's some stuff about the range anxiety. So thank you for watching our video today. If you're interested in our video, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the future videos from us. Thanks.